Hello, and welcome to Long Time No See the podcast. Coming to you from Gold Diggers Recording Studios in Los Angeles, California. We'll be getting to know some of your favorite comedians a little bit better, and so will they. Each week's guests have no idea who the other guests will be, so without further ado, please remove your blindfolds and introduce yourselves.
Remove the blind?
Yep.
You? You couldn't get a good guess? Come on.
You guys,
How are you?
you guys' mics are to your side here.
Wait, what's the
The purpose of what?
of being blindfolded?
Just to get your heart, just to
Yeah, there
feel
you go.
something for a
To
second.
scare you, of course.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I thought we were gonna do the whole thing blindfolded.
And then what?
I think I would remember your voice. You have a very calming voice.
Same.
But I wouldn't place it right away.
How long would it take, do you think? I can name that person.
You know what?
anonymously.
Let's put the blindfolds
put 'em
back
back
on
on.
and figure this out.
Mike, you want to introduce yourself for the listener?
Sure, I'm Mike Falzone.
Great.
How do I introduce myself to
Credits.
listeners?
You have to say IMDb credits.
I've done so many things.
Surrounded. Montreal.
I've been on the internet.
Wow.
Are you guys on the internet? Answer in the comments below.
He's on the internet. You have a podcast with your partner,
I did.
which is a risky did.
See?
So that broke up.
Yeah.
Well, I just got unengaged.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm still happily married, but we did decide to stop doing the podcast.
Stop doing the podcast, but keep the marriage.
Yeah.
That is not the right career move for
She
you.
told me to choose.
She said one or the other.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh, marriage, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, it
What
was
about
like
your
fun.
personal brand, Mike?
What about it? Stopping a podcast is part of my personal brand, I think.
Was it ever getting in the way? I know, like, vloggers have said that, like, if they record their relationship every day, their relationship becomes content. Was it actually getting in the way?
Well,
And you don't have to answer. If you're
Would never be it. First of all, I am uncomfortable and I don't want to answer. It was never.
How much money do you make a year?
It wouldn't be that hard to
Israel,
figure out.
Palestine, choose a side.
Good. No, let's go back to the podcast thing. It was never going to be an everyday thing, but the way our schedules work, as you know,
Yeah.
being a performer, is that we see each other maybe 2 days a week. And so one of those days we had like a homework assignment to do. So we just decided to not do that anymore after like 9 years of doing it.
Would you ever, in your relationship, be like, oh, I had an interesting story happen. Wait, save it for the podcast.
Yeah, which is not
Yeah.
good.
No,
I don't
that's
think
not
that's good.
Right.
Yeah, it stops
I
it from
cheated
being
on
genuine.
you.
Yeah. No, they're going to love this.
The podcast listeners will love it.
Yeah. And this is Moses Storm.
I'm Moses Storm. I'm a comedian. I have a special on HBO called Trash White, produced by Conan O'Brien, who I owe everything to. I legally have to say that.
Let's bring him out.
And here
I know Mike through his show Surrounded, where it's a really interesting format where the comedians are in the center of the room and there's an audience. He's done this all over. I did even the one in Montreal. And you have no prepared material. You don't go up there with the set. You just do essentially crowd work, or you get a suggestion from the audience. It's my favorite show, mainly because I don't have to do any work to prepare for it.
Yeah. People get nervous and then they realize it's a very low stakes situation. But you do it probably better than 90% of the people who have ever done that show.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, because it seems like you found. You
one time
see
you tell
me. I'm
somebody
very
beforehand?
good.
Uh-huh.
No, it's a real thing that's happening right now. Is crowd work clips are the thing in stand up. I think if you're 22 and you're just found stand up, you think that stand up comedy is just crowd work. You go to a show, you yell things at the comedian, and then they roast you, or you're just sitting there minding your own business, and they're like, "How long you two been hooking up?"
Yeah.
Oh, he delayed. It's because it's like burnable content. It's not a joke you worked on for 5 years that you've crafted, but it is changing the way we do it, and it is less fun for me now because so many people are doing it.
Well, I'm sorry for contributing to that.
No, the point is that you do it in a way where I think when you go in knowing that you're going to talk to the audience, comedians are less likely to go for the mean thing. They're more vulnerable when they come up because they don't have a set.
They also know that like it's not going to be fun if they're just roasting in a circle around them. No one's going to want to talk to them. And when the whole show is like based on how nice your interaction is and the magic that can come out of like two people interacting for the first time is going to be ruined if you're like, fuck your shirt. You know what I mean?
Right, which is a lot of what crowd work clips are on TikTok.
A lot of fuck your shirt stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, well, these people paid. One, they got maybe a babysitter. They had a fight with their partner, and now they're a part of the show. It's like, what happened to you preparing the show?
Right.
There's only such few people that have the actual talent to do crowd work in an engaging way that's not just this fat fuck, you gay.
Which is funny, by the way. I want to go
It is
on record.
funny. You're fat, you're gay.
Yeah.
You're a different race.
Dude, God forbid you get all three at once. That's the jackpot.
That's the trifecta.
That's what kind of audience I'm trying to get. So every
That's
show's
the grand
so
slam
easy.
we're all shooting for. You're fat, you're gay, you're a different race than I am.
Don't come to one of my shows unless we look different. You're fat and gay.
Yes. I wonder if audience members now like kind of come and like, I'm going to be in a Western outfit.
Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt, baby.
It's my birthday, so they're going to talk about me.
I'm wearing the sash.
I don't know if it's ultimately for the good and it makes stand-up more conversational because I think as we evolve out of it, people are just going to be talking like themselves because they're used to talking to audience members, or if stand-up is actually getting worse. I mean, people put out full crowd work specials.
Yeah, uh-huh. Can I tell you,
Fat,
honestly,
Gay, Different Race coming out July 3rd, my crowd work clip.
Not a bad title. Take out all the vowels, make it look cool.
Yeah.
I have never, maybe it's because I'm 40 years old, but I've never
Gross,
cared
don't
less.
say that.
Yeah, sorry, Hollywood.
First you quit the podcast, now you're saying your age.
Yeah, what's next? Start the podcast again.
You start the podcast again, and you get a darker tint of shades.
Yes. There's no end to the
Yeah.
amount of cool shades.
No. But what were you saying before I cut
I
you
just
off?
never cared less about like how things are going or how other people are doing it. And I just am inundated by people's opinions all the time. And I just know like what I like about it. I like the fact that the people who found a babysitter or paid too much for a ticket can come out and not see like this was the same show as in Portland last night. We could all have this thing that is just happening right now and that feels special, and you feel special for being a part of this like one-time thing that'll never be replicated. I like that a lot. I know a lot of people see the whole crowd work thing as a crutch, and a lot of people try to generalize a
All
part
crowd work
of
is the
an
same,
art
yeah.
that you can do differently based on how your personality differs from somebody else. So that's what I like about it. And I hear a lot of like ancillary, like this is like this. And I just don't care anymore what other people have to say about stuff.
That's what I was trying to carve out in a backhanded way as a compliment of it seems like people come in vulnerable so they don't go for the just immediately roasting the audience that didn't
Right.
sign up for the show.
You have to be a little deeper. I always tell
Right.
people when they're nervous to do Surrounded to ask questions and to sincerely listen.
How fat are you? How gay are you?
Tell me how gay you feel.
What's your least favorite race?
I don't know.
What religion is wrong and why?
What religion is the gayest in your
Yes,
opinion?
what is the gayest? The Montreal show was really fun. Mm-hmm. You got to take Surrounded to the biggest comedy festival in the world, Just for Laughs festival.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because we even did a taped one. It was like
How
Pete
real
Holmes.
do you want this part of the conversation to be?
Pretty real.
Okay, then I'll
I
tell you
think most of the
exactly
people
how-
are out that used to do JFL, so you can burn some bridges here.
No, I'm not. It's not shitting on anyone in particular, but that was like a weirdly emotional, educational moment for me because it was the first time I had ever sold a show. We did it in conjunction. We sold it or licensed it to Meta in conjunction with JFL. So we took it to JFL and we filmed it for Meta for the Quest.
Yeah.
And they filmed it in VR, and it was kind of the first time anything had been done like that. And they were like, this show's perfect because it's in the round, and if you put on the headset, you'll feel like you're really there. It's the most like
and you can look
immersive
around and
stand-up
see
experience.
everyone that they're talking about. Yeah.
You could see which fat gay guy they're talking about. And that's very important. And
You're gonna get a lot of hate on this episode from the fat gay different race community.
But that's all I want.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're saying don't show up.
No,
That's the
no.
only
And
kind of
you and
people
I
I
are
want.
both a little fat and a little gay.
Well, it's a sliding scale, I think.
That's what people presume about me.
You're not allowed to say how gay you are, but you're allowed to
No.
show how fat you are with your.
It only recently became like a positive of like, ooh, we could pass. But yeah, I
It's
mean,
still
growing
not,
up,
dude.
it was like,
Dude, everyone's like, don't shame people who are fat, and then like, how many people do you know on Ozempic who are like,
Right.
I'll never make fun of someone who's fat, but give me a needle as fast as you possibly can.
I would do it. I don't judge anyone. I would do that. If I could get it, if I had the courage to ask my doctor,
Yeah,
you imagine how rail thin I could get?
yeah, I've seen it.
Or like Jonah Hill thin, where it's like, oh, you should be heavier.
You should
it
dye
looks
your hair
off.
blonde.
I did have blonde hair as a child. I think a lot of I don't know. It sucks to be considered like, oh, presumed gay in a way, because it's in the 90s and early 2000s, it was the worst thing you could be.
Yeah.
It was, that's good. And if you've ever taken an improv class, most like bro-y guys, that's the first funny scene they go for.
Really? That's
We
gay?
do camping? Why you being gay on me? We're camping. It goes so fast to that. That was really my burnout with doing improv. But
The professor's like, that was good. Let's try something else.
yeah, I don't think they ever pushed back. I mean, they just did it, and it never gets a laugh because it's not surprising. There's nothing funny about someone having an interest in the same sex.
Right.
That's people.
Yeah.
Do you like a thing that I don't understand? It's not funny to me.
Right.
What is funny is like the fallout of a relationship. So my dad came out as gay and then went back into the closet, and there's a lot of fallout from that, and I think there's stuff to be mined there. So it's not like you can't talk about it. It's just, there's a smarter way in. And I think that's what we're talking about with crowd work.
Yeah. The
But
thing
as a
can't
child,
just be
people
that.
thought I was a little lady. I have very soft features,
You'd make a beautiful lady.
very late bloomer, and then to make matters worse, my mom made us have like long blonde hair because
Yeah.
she thought that was attractive on men. There's a
So she
whole
wanted her kids to
Freudian
look
thing
like that.
there,
Yeah.
but that's like the guys that she would go for. So she was like, "Well, I'm being a loving mom. I'm making my sons hot."
Yeah.
So I had this like long blonde hair, very soft features. I have sisters too, and then people would always say, like, "Oh my God, you guys are like the Olsen twins." And then whenever I would get nervous, I would always lick my lips. So I used to have very glossy.
So you were just kind of accidentally beautiful.
I walked on my toes, which I've said on stage before. People are like, that's a sign of autism. I'm like, and everything, thanks to TikTok, everything is a sign of autism.
Yeah.
There's no more just you're an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like you might be on the spectrum.
That's such a great way to push awareness forward. Is
Yeah.
that you say everyone is that.
People used to be on just the spectrum of asshole.
Yeah. Now the spectrum.
That
is
sounds like I'm
all-
working on a new bit. What happened to this country? The old Dennis Miller.
My pronouns are spectrum of asshole.
My pronouns are Xi Jinping.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
It's a
That's
new
great.
bit I'm working on.
Somebody throw us a notebook.
Yeah, so it just became this thing where it's, I've always had like defenses up around it because I think just being misgendered is a thing that just like, that's not what I am. So I know it's like much more accepted now to be a straight man that's gay presenting. But it's, I don't know, it's a very like outdated thing in my software
Yeah.
that I'm trying to update.
Well, you're in a safe space.
Yeah, this feels safe.
And
I
you're
came into this
also-
room blindfolded.
I mean, yeah. And look how it turned out.
Yeah, it turned out great.
Talking about deep, dark childhood things on
Yeah.
camera, just like you thought it would.
How did you know that you should get married? Meaning, like, this is something that you wanted, Or was it a thing of like, I didn't know I wanted this, but I wanted to still be with her, so this is what she wants? Because I think that's why I got engaged. I was not ready.
You were trying to appease somebody else.
I just wanted to be with her. I loved her. So I was like, well, okay, that's what it would take to stay together.
But you wanted that. She wanted that particular thing more than you wanted it.
Yes, absolutely.
You were just happy with being together, and she was
Yes.
like, if we don't get engaged, there's going to be a problem.
Yes.
I
It
get that.
needs to be like a commitment. I need to have, which is understandable, like
Sure.
safety, security. You're not just going to go fuck around.
Yeah.
mean-
I never had any pressure to get engaged from anyone, and I thought that was nice because I know a lot of people do. But that was just like, my wife's name is Zoya. You've met her before.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like anyone in the world as much as I like her. And it's not even like close. It's not even close.
I get that. And I'm drawn to the same type of people.
Mhm.
I'm going to word this very carefully. I'm drawn to your wife.
I mean, get in line.
But she's in that chest right there. But I
very
mean, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like she gives you a lot of shit. She calls you out.
Yeah, we're
and
very
that's
East Coast in that way.
attractive.
Yeah, she's East Coast Albanian, originally from Detroit.
Just
So
like
I
Dua
don't know
Lipa.
how much you know about that stuff, but she's very like no bullshit, comes from a very difficult family. I come from a no bullshit Italian family, so we don't waste each other's time. And
Yeah.
when there's not a lot of fluff, you can get to the real stuff faster. In the best of times and in the worst of times, you could confront and get over your stuff because there's no hiding anything. Like, we both don't really have it in us to hide until it becomes something else. We're just like, this is wrong and bothering me, and we're either going to figure it out or we're not. So when you have that kind of relationship with someone, which is like, I don't have that with anyone or most people, a lot of people can't handle the way we are.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is a very important thing. So I wonder if like the job drew us to these types of women or partners, or it's something that we always were. Meaning they give us a lot of shit, right? That's like attractive. You just say what you feel. And
Yeah.
that's what we do backstage in the green room before. Comedians will say the meanest thing you've ever heard
Right.
in your life to your face. And God forbid you try a new fashion thing.
Yeah.
I bombed at a yellow jacket once. Never wore that jacket again. Got roasted. It threw me off my game. But yeah, how do
Too
you?
bad. You got to own the jacket.
Yeah.
By yourself in your room, you're
How
proud
do
of
we
the
frame this
jacket?
in a romantic way and not this like masochistic way of like I like being shit on?
I think we're on different pages.
Okay, I'm not saying like shit on my chest. I'm saying like
I like
your
when
wife
somebody,
giving you shit,
I like
calling
when
you out.
someone is more than like giving me shit. I like to be. It's important to be checked in life. It's important to be checked because life is going to check you regardless, and you don't want any. You want little checks on the way to like a
Yeah.
big one you didn't see coming.
right.
You know, it's nice to be brought down to earth sometimes. You know, it's important to, you need little landmarks along
Yeah.
the way so you don't get lost.
So, to go back to the original question, was it a thing that you were pushing for? Of like, I've never met anyone like you, I just want to be with you? Or was it like a discussion and then it's like, oh, this just makes sense. We're always with each other.
It was kind of like, it just makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
we live with each other. I never lived with a girl before. And everything was just, everything just felt right. So then, like, in the societal part of it, it's like, this is what you do next. But it was never like a, where's my ring? Like, what's going on with us type situation. It was just like a, I know that I don't want to be with anyone else or without you. And it just felt like a natural progression of stuff.
Do you ever feel like you just need to have your own space for a second? Like, do you have a
All the
room in your
time.
house?
I have my car which is
Yeah.
like a traveling room in your
Yeah,
house.
I saw you eating a wet Subway sandwich on
That's
the way
right.
in with
And
the
that's
windows
my
rolled
time.
up. Very hot here in Los Angeles.
That's wet sandwich time. I do it for 12 minutes a day.
I have this need to be alone because it's like there's so much of my personality I'm embarrassed about.
Sure.
Even like pursuing stand-up or rehearsing lines out loud. I just don't want anyone to be like, what? Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were doing lines. That I have come to a lot of arguments with multiple women. So it's like a me problem.
Yeah.
I'm the common denominator, where they get offended by me needing that space, that alone time. And
They need to be with you always, even though there should be a thing where they allow you to have your space because you were this whole thing before you even met, right? And part of what attracted them to you in the first place was because you are this thing, but you need certain things to remain that thing, and that is you time as well.
so even after you've been married, there's still time where it's like, I just, I need to be a little bitch in a room.
Dude, most of our time is being little bitches in our own
Yeah.
space. Like I legit see her 2 days a week. So most of my time is spent alone. We've spent the majority of our 15-year
What is this
relationship
arrangement? How do
apart.
I get this? What is
Well,
this?
one is a hairdresser and one is a comedian.
Okay.
So she works.
Hairdressers cut hair at 2 a.m. in the morning.
They do. They
Yeah.
do. Well, I'm like coming home at, midnight, 1 o'clock, and she's waking up at 7 to go to work. She owns her own studio. She works Wednesday through Saturday.
You're going to start a fight if you don't shout out the studio.
I don't want these creeps coming to see my
I
wife.
know. Ooh,
And I'm
I
not
always
talking about
wanted
watching. I'm talking about these three creeps behind the camera.
I always wanted an Albanian to touch my head.
See the way Wes looks at my wife. It's
Yeah,
kinda like how
we
you
all
look at
do. So, is there a healthy way to communicate that? I think a lot of comedians are like hermits in a way where it seems like we're very outgoing.
Why
you
not
share
do it in the
everything about
dating
your life.
process? Why not be having a drink with a girl and she's like, "What do you like?" And you say, "I like being left alone sometimes." That way, it comes out on your first date where like you don't get 3 years down the line to be like, "I never knew you needed to be alone." Like I said it to you 10 minutes in.
I don't think a woman's ever asked me that.
You just tell her.
I don't think I ever chose a girlfriend. I think every girlfriend I've honestly ever had has basically been a woman coming up to me and be like, "I'm your girlfriend now." I'm like, okay.
That's not
You
how it's
got it.
supposed to go. You're not like a serf or whatever. you
No,
know?
I
That's
just,
a very, like,
yeah, okay, you got it. Do I love you? Yes, okay, love you more than anything, baby.
You tell me.
Yeah. It's a lot of just, I've always felt like I'm on the outside of society and everyone else. Probably stemming from the way I grew up in a cult, so we were very isolated from a very young age, was aware that you are not like other people.
Mm-hmm.
It was seen as a positive. You're saved by God. These people are going to burn in Armageddon.
Yeah.
These three creeps.
Luck of the draw.
But,
yeah.
But I can't shake that feeling that if someone pushes back on anything that is me, my true behavior, they have to be right.
They have to be right.
They're right, and I'm wrong. I'm doing the wrong thing for needing alone time. Right?
Well, how do you change that?
I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me.
Okay, well, here you go.
I have failed.
Why not?
Quite recently.
I have a bachelor's degree in communications.
Yeah.
Let's fix you up.
But there is something to be learned from you, because how
So
long have you
here's-
guys been married?
A long time. So here's what you do. You just be as honest and be your truest self the whole way through, and know that like you have value and the things that you need are valid. So the reason why you do that and get all of that out there before it gets too far is that so people know your boundaries and it doesn't get to a point where you're suppressing so much of what makes you happy for like security and to stay with a person that you're not meant to be with in the first place.
Okay.
You know what
that
I
makes
mean?
sense. The thing I'll push back on,
Uh-huh.
and tell me where I'm wrong, is what's confusing for the woman, if I could put myself in a lady's shoes.
Which is
that-
okay.
Yeah. That's totally fine, and we support it here. It is in the beginning of a relationship, you just want to be around that person.
Mm-hmm.
And am I love bombing them at the beginning that I'm so available and I can't wait to see them? And I'm not going to stay late for the show. I'm going to go home, not watch my friends or hang out and go. And that's like the very beginning, like exciting part
That's
of a
a normal
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chemical addiction goes away. And then you're like, okay, now how do I actually survive as a person? How do I get my work done? How do I rehearse these lines out loud like a psycho?
You communicate what you need when you need it. And if they have a problem with that, then you start making this checklist of like, okay, we were in the honeymoon stage, and now like I need to rehearse my lines for a job. I need to communicate that. If you have a problem with that, that means you have a problem with the way I need to do my job and my art.
Can you communicate it just like that? Is that the healthy way to do it?
I did it to you just now.
I know, but that's like we know how to talk. Yeah. I know, but we're like very blunt with each other, and I've come up against people.
But even in this, so I'm like sitting here telling you how you could preserve your happiness, and you're pushing back. Why is that?
Yeah. I'm just trying to interrogate every angle of it, because I'm also aware I'm in an environment where upwards of 6 people will listen to this. And
including?
Yes, we're counting them. But if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm hearing someone talk about a similar situation, I want them to interrogate that from every aspect and every doubt.
Got it. I was not thinking about the listener. I was just having a conversation.
I'm always thinking about the listener. You need to stop focusing on your marriage and get this podcast back up and running.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm starting to see the focus issue.
It feels like when multiple women say something about you, then that's probably true.
What's the thing?
That I will shut down if I'm going through a hard time. I don't like to talk about it.
Yep.
The thing that makes me the most angry, you could call me any slur. You can hit me any slur. The fun ones. But if they sorry, what was I saying?
You said
I was thinking of a bunch of slurs and I got thrown off.
Yeah, we have to. You kind of part of you has to. You were saying that there is the through line of complaints about you is that you shut down.
Yes, that I shut down if I'm emotional. Like I need to be alone. If I'm going through a hard time, I need to be a little bitch in a room.
Sure.
For a couple hours, and I'll be fine on my own, and I will eventually get out of this.
Which probably comes from not being able to communicate super clearly growing up. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We were not allowed to cry growing up. Boys don't do that.
Yes.
And
even if they look like girls.
Even if they look you know what really makes you look like girls? Crying. But we were spanked, we were hit if you showed any sort of emotional vulnerability.
Right. This is the part I don't know. Like, my wife also had a very tough upbringing, completely different from yours. And I never know, not that it's my job, to tell someone you don't have to carry everything over from your childhood because we only get one life, depending on what you believe, guys. But it's like you're done with that part. That part was that. You've had a full analysis on everything that was like good and bad about that. And now it's like there's this whole other part of your life, like the second half of your life, where it's like you get to kind of deconstruct that stuff. And I know it's not easy. It's the stuff that's like embedded.
Especially when we're mining this stuff for material and you're forced to feel it. And what makes you a good performer is actually being in that emotion. Like how many comedians you know are like, oh, in middle school, this time I was humiliated.
Yeah, for sure.
Or my dad. But that's all Bill Burr is my dad.
Right. But it's about balance and perspective. I think he was probably in it in a way different way than he is now being able to talk and joke about it. You know, and I'm sure there's little residual stuff, as there is with all of us, bringing our childhood into our adulthood. But I think like becoming an adult is shedding a lot of the stuff that held us back as a kid, especially if there's a lot that we need as an adult to be a happy adult. Like everything that I don't want to be sad about the same shit internally I was when I was a kid.
No, I don't. I want to, do stand up, make people laugh with this stuff, but I don't want to live that anymore. So how do you bifurcate that in your mind? Where this is a job, I do this, I don't take this home with me, I don't say that this is my identity. Even if the industry's telling me this is my identity, people online and comments are confirming it. You're the weird cult kid.
Yeah. I mean, you're, I don't know if I'm using this correctly, but I would call you like avant-garde type comedian. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So you do it, you have such a unique perspective because of what you had, and you use that so beautifully, and you created art around it, and successful art that became bigger than like even just your arm's reach. You did a great thing, and you continue to do great things. And then, like, I bet when you were little, you never envisioned, like, I would use all this to be able to talk about it to the world. So it's like, I know you're super artistic and super driven. It's like, why wouldn't the next iteration of that be like, what's next? Like, how to get past all of it? Like, dig into that as much as you would dig into, like, let's really mine the childhood for everything. You did it. I don't know to what extent. I don't know if you have more to say about that or not. But it's like, why not invest that kind of energy and drive into, like, what's next? What's past all of that? What am I like now?
Okay. So just
Am I gay?
again,
Am I a different race?
Yes. But then it's like, it's hard to get to where you are, which is a very evolved point of view, because it's like, oh, this worked in the past. Mm-hmm. Is being in these feelings, being in this emotion, having genuine anger towards things that happened to be way in the past, that it worked in the past. And it's creatures that seek comfort and stability and some sort of, we can control the future. How do you disconnect from that thing that always worked and step outside and say, I'm going to be something new?
Because there's no guarantee that going back to the well a bunch of times is going to work the same way. So it's like the security is an illusion. You know what I mean? Like, people didn't know you from anything before you started doing your stuff and telling your truth. So you did that, and now they know you. So now your truth is like, if the desire is to move past it, that's where the inspiration should come from. Like, you're an artist. So an artist isn't like, how many times could I do this over and over again? It's what do I need to discover about myself to keep growing if what you want is to keep doing it, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of it, the things I've had success in, is just something I would watch. And I think that's what you do with your show, Surrounded. It's like, oh, I would love to see this. I would, as an audience member, this is, I don't know what's a mass appeal anymore. I don't even know if that exists. The internet has put a dichotomy between every different art form. There's all these niches. So there's no, Kevin Hart is the last Kevin Hart.
Which is kind of nice.
Right.
Yeah.
That you could just find your own little group of like, oh, I would watch this. I like this.
Even more of a excuse to be as yourself as humanly possible. Because now you could just be yourself. And if you keep doing it consistently, it'll find it. You don't have to worry about, like, how do I fit into the box that gets you on the track that Kevin Hart is on.
So going back to original Hot Goss, when Surrounded was sold, and you're now working with Meta, which is so tacky to say, but we were paid an exorbitant amount.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
First time anything like that ever happened.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were losing that sense of self and what originally got you into it and what your passion was? Did you have to compensate or cave in on your original vision and compromise?
Yes. Because I was not allowed to, like, be on it. And that really fucked me up real bad. Because I created the exact show I wanted to make. I did it the exact way I wanted to do it. And it was so fun and so good that it got the attention of people who made decisions. And they were like, we want everything about it except for you involved in it. And it was
This is
really,
so embarrassing,
like,
and it's so great that we're having this conversation.
That's why I asked you.
Because I was the asshole.
You were not the asshole.
That
so that's
replaced you. I was the host. That's your job.
The right way.
Oh my
God.
God.
So for the first season of this show,
You've been holding this.
No, but not like.
No.
I have to. Like, it was my favorite thing, and it, like, lived in me for a long time, and it took me a long time to get over. But I called you when they told me you were going to be the host, and what did I tell you? I said there was very few people I would feel like that the show was in really good hands and that they would do the best possible job because of the way they're like if I tell you to just be in it and be aware in a room, like, there's very few people who could do that as good as you. So I felt very good that
it's in my hands. I'm holding the night together.
If it wasn't going to be me, and if they were still going to give me, like, life-changing money to do it.
Yes.
It's good that it was you, because I was able to, like, be producer guy and have confidence in the host rather than, like, oh, all of this is bullshit now, and I'm just here to get a check.
Right, being replaced by this little lady.
Yeah. I was like, they got this hot lesbian to do it? But she's white? Yuck.
That counts as diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got to talk about that. Because I always felt weird that it's like, well, why are you not in it? And then I felt bad because
That's
this is
question.
something
That's
that
a
you
meta
do really
question.
well.
Yeah. I always like, the thing that I hate about stand-up, the only thing I hate about stand-up is that I feel like I have to prove myself from zero all the time. And it's like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been on the internet for 20 years. And that doesn't entitle you to anything as much as I get those like pangs. And you have to prove yourself to the bookers, and you have to like get past at this place, and you have to prove that you could sell tickets, and you have to like put out these videos that do well so people keep buying tickets, you don't fade away, blah, blah, blah. You need a podcast, you need all this shit. And a lot of times I could lose myself in the art of it, which is why I was like talking to you so passionately about how you grow as an artist, because it's all I think about. And then it's like, you're gonna have these little losses and you can't really control how they make you feel. But I do hate sometimes feeling like I've been doing this for so long and I haven't, I still have to prove myself from zero with everyone I meet. And I think I convince myself that that's an entitled way to be, and I try to convince myself out of that, even though the emotion is real. And we have to do it no matter what, so it's not like, why complain about it? But that's the most draining part, I think.
Well, I still feel that, too. Even doing what benchmarks are stand-up of, like, The Tonight Show, sets on Conan, and HBO special, it still feels like people always like, what's next? That's all they ask you. And it's like, well, I just did it. Is there any space for a real life?
Like, that took so much.
But I guess every night on stage, because stand-up is such a meritocracy, that you have to prove yourself to that audience.
Yeah.
Like we saw T.I. eat shit on stage, right?
Yeah.
People love T.I. They're like, hell yeah, he's gonna do stand-up.
But I wonder how that made him feel. Like, if that was like a thing that hurt his ego, or if that was a thing that like propelled him to want to prove himself.
Well, he hasn't done stand-up since, if that answers it.
A lot of people also have that, where like you think you're the funniest person in the office, then you go to open mic, you're like, whoa, when no one laughs, it feels really bad.
Exactly.
And then there's people who love to get shit on their chest.
Yeah.
But on a night-to-night basis, like if I walk into a room and no one knows who I am and somebody's like, you're on third, I'm like, I can't wait to show these people what I'm like. In general, in like the industry of things, or in a building that I've been going to nonstop for 15 years, I don't want to, just because someone gets like a promotion or something, be like, hi, I'm me. I'm like this, and now I'm like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just a little exhausting, but it also is what it is. So I try to, it's like the older I get, the more I try to like balance out as much as possible, even though it's very hard and I do a bad job at it. And I try to put stuff in perspective a lot.
Can I tell you something embarrassing?
Please.
I'm usually not comfortable being myself or talking to people just like at ease until they've seen me perform.
Yeah.
So if you talk to me after a show, that is fully me.
Yeah.
And then any other time, was it some stupid Aria party last night for the camera? And like no one knew who I was, and I was so uncomfortable in that situation.
Because it is showing so much of yourself. It's like fast forwarding the first 3 months of conversation.
But I think the toxic thing in there that I've been trying to investigate is like, oh, I don't have any value outside of entertaining people.
Sure. And you want to show people the most elevated, best. I think everyone has that, where I want to show you my best version. And we've crafted a best version of ourselves that we do on
It's
stage
really not
every
fair.
night.
It's really not fair that you are, it sounds like you're talking, but you have worked out this whole introduction to who you are versus going up to a girl in a bar and be like, oh, hi.
Right. And then you get off stage after you perform and you go, right?
The best part is the mad boyfriends that reluctantly shake your hand after the show.
Yeah.
Because the girl will come up to you and like, oh my God, it's so funny. I'm not a good laugher. I don't usually laugh, but you kind of got me. And it's so aggressive. You feel...
Not to be gay, I thought you were really funny up there.
And it's so hard for them to say.
Yeah.
But you did just essentially make a move on his girl by doing just your show.
Sorry.
Unintentionally.
Sorry she looked at us like that. And you're a very good-looking boy. So it doesn't help. Look at those eyes, dude. Not
These
to be
old
super
rags?
surface level about it.
Well, I do have questions.
Oh, yeah, you guys are still here.
Everything we talked about is so much better than your questions. How did you get into stand-up?
Dude, by now you know,
it is, yeah.
by now you know how weird all of us are. So some of us just, like, need that before we could, like, pretend we're okay doing something else.
No, I mean, come on.
Okay, Wes.
That was incredible. No. That was basically a joke. I mean, I'll ask you a couple now. Yeah, where am I gonna go from here? So, do you guys have a go-to on-stage outfit? Or,
So funny, dude.
all right. Well, if you were headlining a comedy tour,
You just scroll past a bunch of questions.
A bunch of words.
oh man, if you're headlining,
What's your best joke?
Yeah.
This Elon Musk and Trump breaking up. You got a hot take on that? Wes reverts to like 90s radio.
If you were headlining a comedy tour with historical figures, who would be on your lineup?
I've never thought of that. I would be so mad that I wasn't headlining.
I'm like, now I have to split the money with this dead piece of shit.
But if I'm like there with Lincoln, like everyone's gonna be excited to see Lincoln.
Yeah.
And not this lesbian from HBO.
It's hard. Like, who wouldn't bury you? What historical figure?
Any historical figure that you would want to meet and hang out would bury me. So
We're
I
already
think
behind the 8 ball because it's like we're not historical figures. So now a historical figure is opening for us?
exactly. And even that dinner question of like if you could invite any dinner guest, I would be so insecure that these people are going to outshine me.
Yeah, like who
so I
wants
would
pizza?
invite losers. I would invite the last GameStop shift manager. If you could invite anyone
Yeah.
to anything,
The first guy who drew the S like that in 6th grade.
The guy that just came out of the methadone clinic.
Yeah.
I would do nothing but losers because my ego's so fragile. I would need to be the most exciting person there.
Who's like a historical figure that no one would give a shit about?
Oh, God, right? You're always talking shit about Mary Todd.
I
Oh, I'm
was.
sad in the bed.
That is kind of my whole
My
thing.
husband's always working on slavery.
And then you had that whole Amelia Earhart thing.
Oh, yeah. You know, my classic 90s joke. Of course the woman got lost in the plane.
got her period?
Back in my day. But that is, it's a question I never thought about because I think the most revealing answer is what we're talking about with that ego thing of, you know, I want a headline. I want to be the person that people came to see. If
Maybe
Lincoln
Anne
was on
Frank?
my bill. Yeah, she kind of bummed the audience out.
That's what I'm saying.
And her crowd
Then you
work,
fucking-
her crowd work is super mean.
Yeah.
Look at this German fuck.
How long have you two been together?
Yeah. Her crowd work is biting.
Yes.
It's biting. You
Yes.
two will be fucking.
Yeah.
And Frank.
You're crazy.
You know, your fat ass couldn't fit in my attic. You'd fall right through the rafters.
Yeah, dude. Look at this fat fuck. You probably fart and give us away.
All right, next question, Wes.
You got it. If your voice popped into the heads of everyone on Earth at the same time, what would you say?
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm Moses or whoever you want me to be. I'm sorry.
Hi, this is literally whoever you want it to be.
I'm not. Yeah, it would be like something like, I'm sorry.
Because it feels too intrusive.
If everyone, yeah. People got really mad at me for a commercial. It wasn't even my idea, but there was this commercial I did for the Google, like, Alexa thing. Amazon Alexa thing. And it was a commercial. Ooh, I don't know if I should say that, but
It's like 8
maybe we
things.
bleep that. But it was a commercial that in the commercial, it's only 15 seconds. I'm like, hey, Google, what's in the Whopper? And that set off everyone's like home devices in their home. So if you're just watching TV, this commercial comes on.
Yeah.
And then like trolls got a hold of it and they started changing because it just was referring to Wikipedia, like what's in a Whopper.
Yeah.
Like double patties, they changed it to like rat meat and embryos.
That's fun.
But so then Google disarmed my voice, the pitch, and then the directors and the producers pitched my voice up higher so it wouldn't set it off.
Hey, Google.
Yeah, so it was this thing of like, oh yeah, I love the idea. I agreed to do to it, but it was this thing of like, if it's the closest thing to being in everyone's head and being able to say something. So I guess I would say that in the Whopper, there's very little rat poison, and the placenta is good for you.
Yes. And that is balance. That's a good example.
Use a Google thing, or
I still can't. Well, I haven't tried in like 2 years, but I knew like a year. I mean, this probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No, wait, more. But I tried in the pandemic. I went over to a friend's house and my voice was still deactivated from Google,
That's
which is
so
so scary.
For them to zero in on like the hertz of your voice.
Right.
We don't.
They just, you cannot hear my voice. They just said it to every woman.
Yeah. We're back. Dude, that's going to come in handy in the robot apocalypse, probably. You're going to be like the only one they can't detect.
Or the only one that can't say, shut down. Google, shut down.
Yeah, it's either going to be good for you or
I'm going to
bad.
die immediately.
The first one.
Wouldn't you want to die in the apocalypse like right away?
Of course.
I don't want to go through the whole thing and be underground.
Be like, I got water.
Oh, John Connor's the hero. Let's invite John Connor to dinner. No, I'm at dinner.
Yeah.
if you could see any statistic about your life when you died, what would you want it to be?
Most comes.
Yeah.
How many comes we rack up?
I think like happiness versus unhappiness, I think it would just be helpful to see. It's a weird question because it's like, if I'm dead, I can't use this, but what would be helpful is to look back at the time where you were actually happy and how you didn't feel happy then. But then now you look back at that time and you have a new appreciation for it of where you were.
How would it look infographic-wise? Like every year and every year's
like
represented by
Tesla
a color?
stock could be all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you? What statistic?
I like the happiness thing. I thought I tend to dumb everything down. So it's like, you ever see those fire safety
Really, you?
things?
You said first, how many comes?
Yeah. First of all, I said most comes. So if you're captioning this, get it right. The fire safety thing where it's like, this is totally safe and this is extreme. Like how happy the whole life was. Like if I got like a blue or green.
Moderate.
Yeah, but what is that in
moderate
us that we
happiness?
need to prove that it was a good life?
Not to prove, just to see.
Yeah. I think I was using it selfishly as a statistic because it would make me happier now.
To know that you were happy even though you didn't know that you were?
Because it's so easy to forget the times where people were kind to you.
Yeah.
And what the flaw in humans, which I hope Google can take out with Gemini, is the times that you remember where people were genuinely kind to you, were understanding, were forgiving of you. I got sick recently this past year with it's a little serious, but I'm not gonna say what it is. But the immediate perception about me when I was like throwing up over the toilet on all these meds was that I was just an asshole to people. I was not reaching out, I was being dismissive, or I was being lazy. And
That's
people
what
went
people thought
straight
'cause
to
they
that.
didn't-
And there was no benefit of the doubt of like, oh, maybe you're going through something.
Huh.
And I only told people about it because it got out of hand of like, I can't take this anymore. I'm already dealing with this thing. And if the presumption about me is that I'm just an asshole to you and I'm being dismissive and I'm not getting back to you, it's because I physically can't.
Yeah.
Hey, just circling back on this email. Okay, hey, just vomiting into my toilet for the 8th time.
And it's like when you're going through it, it's probably so incredibly intense. You feel like not everyone is owed that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And you're like, why wouldn't that even be an option?
Oh, I didn't want to tell people at all.
Right.
One, I don't want to do stand-up about it. It's a bummer. I don't want to do stand-up that's ever considered important or brave. And Tig Notaro already has a great 6 special, so I can't do that. But I only told people because it's like I couldn't take it. That just the benefit of the doubt was not there. And it was just people jumped to right away.
Right.
Oh, you're fucking off.
Yeah.
Or you have a drug problem or something.
Which, like, I hate to be this guy, but shows you more about them than about you, obviously. You know, and it sucks to find out about people like that. But if you're going to give people a little bit of space, the space you, like, so desperately need over and over again, and their first assumption is that there's something wrong with you, then there's obviously, like, something they're missing.
Because I don't get mad at people for anything that I wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
If someone didn't text me back, if someone had to cancel the show, but they're like, hey, it's private, I feel like I would genuinely give them the benefit of the doubt.
Uh-huh.
So the only thing I get mad at is if something I would do, and I know how selfish and disgusting and self-centered I am. So if I would do that, how could you not do that? That's the only thing that baffles me.
I have a problem with that as well. I put myself on a lot of people, and that was like my barometer for whether or not I had respect for you. Like if we were in a working relationship, I kind of always double back to like, I was a lazy piece of shit student.
Yes.
So it's like if we have some kind of thing that we have to do together, I'm like, if I could hold up my end of the bargain and I'm a lazy piece of shit idiot, you can definitely do it. And it took me years to be like, I can't put that on people.
Yeah.
Because no one's ever gonna like, you know how you are, but not everyone knows how they're supposed to act according to like your scale of stuff. So that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so favorite Spice Girl? What's the
You
next
said
question?
Who opens for you? You said.
What is one thing people wouldn't believe is true about you?
That I'm a nice person. I'm
No
doing
one
my
would believe
best. I'm doing my literal best.
Unbelievable.
I know it's not acceptable. I know it's not good enough. I hate it more than you. If anyone talked to me the way that I talk to myself, that person would be canceled.
Sure.
The amount of slurs I say to myself, the amount of abusive Kevin Spacey-like behavior
Yeah.
I talk to myself in. Any cancellation story, I'm like, oh, I've said worse to myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mario Batali, that's nothing.
Physically, I've done worse to myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
You feel like an open book. It feels like that question doesn't apply to you, meaning like you have, maybe it's age, maybe it's wisdom, but you have come away with a real sense of self is what I get from you.
That's how I felt when he asked, and then I was like, what a piece of shit thing for me to say. But I'm
This
glad
is why
you
I said it,
Thank
because I
you
have
so
your
much.
back.
That's very nice of you.
Because I
dude.
feel bad about JFL.
No, I also can't have that. That's why I keep so much shit to myself. I'm like, I felt that. That's not on me to put on you. Like that.
But I would
was
totally
all
understand
my
that
shit.
point of view. I mean, this was a thing that you built.
But I never looked at you as like, it was never your fault. You're just another comedian trying to get a job. Like, why did you not deserve to have a shot at doing that?
They told me that you wanted me, so I never knew I was replacing
I'm
you.
sure all of those people, and they know who they
They're
are,
sliming.
do a lot of good telling people things that would make things the easiest for them to hear.
Yeah, it got me up. I was like I think I was in New York. I was on my motorcycle. So dangerous. Looking, it was like, oh, Mike wants you to do it. I'm like, all right, well, I like Mike, sure.
Yeah,
and that was
yeah.
the thought process.
Yeah.
But then for you, like stepping into your shoes, it feels like something that's much bigger because you put so much work into it and you're
Yeah.
so legitimately good at it.
Thank you, brother.
Well,
Was it? What was the question?
If everyone could know one thing about you.
No.
Oh, I don't really think there's anything.
What is one thing nobody would think is true about you?
Oh,
like,
I
if you
played
knew every
basketball in
word
high
to
school.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
See?
There's no way. I can't imagine that. Did they put you in? Let me ask you a question.
No, they did
Did they put
not.
you in at the very last play of the game, and then
30
everyone
last
applauded
30
for
seconds. Last 30 seconds, and then all the bigger boys lifted me up towards the basket.
you? Yeah. And a lot of people said you did a good
No,
job.
dude, I don't know why I made
and you
that
kept your
team.
breakaway pants on,
Yeah, dude. I had my winter coat on over the uniform.
keys in your pocket.
Dude, it was like the last 30 seconds of every game. I don't think I scored a point. It was the least fun I've ever had playing an organized sport. High school ruined organized sports for me. I played baseball all my life, And then I played baseball for like 2 or 3 years in high school, and I was like, this fucking sucks. Everyone thinks that this is like the majors, and we're in Stratford, Connecticut.
Right. This doesn't matter. I played Pop Warner football in Florida, and they take it seriously on the Texas culture.
It gets so intense.
And the reverse part, I was played too much, and I was horrible. I didn't deserve. I just looked like I could play.
What position were you?
I was on offense and defense, so I was outside linebacker. I was the smallest little lady. You're like, oh, you got a girl on that team.
Hell yeah!
And then I was a tight end. So it was like I was constantly being played. I was constantly fucking up. There were so many times where I could have clearly caught an interception, but dropped it.
Sure.
Coach would yell at me, big red face.
Yeah.
But couldn't like kick me off. Oh, I think my mom might have been with him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's. Oh, I'm realizing something for the real. I think I'm realizing something for the first time.
My mom should have fucked the coach, is what you're thinking.
We're finding out in real time. I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why.
That's like Forrest Gump.
But I was so scared. I hated it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so scary. Everyone's so much bigger than me.
You're like, take me out. And the coach is like, I'm not allowed to take you out.
And concussions were not talked about. It was called just getting cracked.
Yeah,
It was like,
get your
it
bell
was
rung.
applauded. I'm like, yeah, you got cracked.
That dude got
or you
cracked.
cracked that guy. Like, the goal was to give other
dude forgot fractions.
children concussions.
Yeah. No.
That was our goal. And I was so scared, and I was messing up constantly.
Yeah.
In every play.
High pressure situation.
Oh, defense, take a break. Offense.
Yeah.
Special teams.
Right. And you live for those orange slices.
Yeah.
Yes, live for those orange slices.
Yeah.
Right on, guys. Well, thank you both so much for doing it.
Hell yeah.
People know where they can find you. Instagram.
Mike and I are starting a podcast.
That's right.
Sounds like it.
It's called We're Not Leaving, starring this room. I'm Mike
Hey,
Falzone.
just saw you.
Yeah,
We rip off, long time no see. Take the logo.
You're just-
oh, hey, just saw you.
Hey, it's me from before. My name is Mike Falzone. You could just put the @ symbol in front of that and find me at most places. And then Surrounded Show is on Instagram. And I started this dating show that we'll see what happens called Human Romance, which is kind of fun. And I just came out with a special called Come to Find Out on 800 Pound Gorilla.
How is cum spelled?
You know how it's spelled.
Oh, yeah. The dating show, you taking applicants?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What about instead
Taking
of
more
you
applicants
executive
for
producing
audience.
it, I take it over and I host it.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm an idea guy.
And I'm super sad. I got unengaged. I still have the ring.
Yeah, it's like, what's your guys' deal?
I'm Moses Storm. I'm a comedian. I tour all over. Too many dates to throw out, which means I have no dates. I have a special on HBO called Trash White. I directed, edited, built the entire set for it, put everything I have into it. So I think that would be a great place to start. And then, I have like stuff online. But I'm just Moses Storm at everything. No one wants that name. It's a little embarrassing.
But it is good. It's like
Then I can
80s
sign up for
wrestling.
Gmail today. And I'll be like, Moses Storm at Zebo 19.
Are you still doing the cult show?
I am. I had to take a break when I got sick.
Yeah.
Because I had to cancel a bunch of dates at like City Winery. But now, I think on July 10th in Los Angeles, I'm bringing it back for the first time at Dynasty Typewriter.
I've heard so many people come back from that show and love that experience. And that's really special in a world full of like the same show over and over again.
It's going back to what we said of like just doing stuff that you would want to watch.
Yes.
I love the show Sleep No More. So this is like an interactive stand-up show. It's not crowd work. It's not fuck you, fat gay. I was raised in a cult, so I do like wish fulfillment and try to start a cult with the entire audience. So on the way in, you get a white robe. You get to choose your own identity, what your role is in the cult. Are you the orgy master? Are you the accountant? Are you the muscle? And then we all come up with the cult that night during that 1-hour show.
Yeah. Nothing but good reviews.
Right on. Thank you guys both so much.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
thank you. Still don't know what the blindfolds added.